Morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, April 11th, 2012. There has been an awful lot of seismic activity off the coast of Indonesia today. There was an 8.6 magnitude earthquake which prompted a tsunami warning. The quake struck about 200 miles off the coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra, and then about an hour later, an 8.2 aftershock occurred. There were at least 4 other aftershocks with magnitudes of 5.0 or greater using the Richter scale measurements. At least 2 tsunami warnings have been issued. It is not yet known at this point whether any tsunamis have actually made landfall, nor is there any reliable report of any damage, except to say that buildings swayed and there's cell phone footage of Indonesians running out of homes and office structures. Of course, the entire area in 2004 was hit by a 9.1 earthquake, which then prompted a tsunami that ended up killing about 230,000 people. Today's earthquake was felt in Singapore, Thailand, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and India. It was a big one. Aon Benfield is reporting that insured losses in the United States from March's tornadoes are expected to come in at about $1.1 billion. The Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area tornado from last week is expected to run into the hundreds of millions of dollars. Total economic losses are expected to exceed $2 billion. In Bahrain today, there was more sectarian violence. These were Sunnis against Shiites. Mobs with iron rods and sticks ransacked a supermarket belonging to a Shiite-owned business group. Keep in mind that the Grand Prix race, the Formula One race, was canceled last April because of the Arab Spring, and it's scheduled again for April 22nd. A number of teams are considering whether or not they will pull out of the race or not, so if you've got coverage on that, be aware. A Korean Airlines Boeing 777 en route from Vancouver to Seoul was diverted to a Canadian Air Force base on Vancouver Island shortly after takeoff because of a called-in bomb threat. The plane was escorted there by American fighter jets. It's expected to remain there overnight while it's extensively searched. AM Best, the insurance rating agency, has downgraded the financial strength of Omega Specialty Insurance Company Limited to B++. This is from A-. The lowercase BBB issuer rating, credit rating of the Omega Group, and the A- financial strength rating of Omega US remain under review with negative implications. Evan Greenberg, the 57-year-old CEO of ACE, said regulators in the United States and Europe are stymieing private sector growth as he expands the Swiss insurer's operations in Asia and Latin America. In a letter to stockholders, Mr. Greenberg said, "In the U.S. and Europe, we face an unrelenting assault on business by government. Rather than creating an environment of certainty where business thrives, government is discouraging risk-taking and investment." Sounds like the American presidential campaign. Jeremy Cox, the head of the Bermuda Monetary Authority, told an audience at the Bermuda Insurance Institute yesterday that Bermuda will not seek Solvency II equivalence until 2013 at the latest. This, of course, is due to the ongoing disarray as to when Solvency II in Europe itself is going to be implemented. And here's an interesting story. This is from today's London Daily Telegraph. It's concerning Charles Phillips, who's the CEO of Amlin, which is the biggest insurer operating at Lloyd's. Mr. Phillips apparently received an emergency phone call the other day from his son Henry, who's on a world tour. Apparently, according to this article, Henry Phillips was traveling in Latin America when he ran into a spot of bother, and they got mixed up with local undesirables. No drugs were involved, no criminal matter was involved. It's a personal matter, said a spokesman for Amlin. However, Mr. Phillips Sr. knows exactly what to do. He contacted people in the kidnap and ransom sector of Lloyd's, and a former SAS man was sent out to rescue the 21-year-old Phillips Jr. Good to have a father like that. That's the news for today. If we get any update as to what's going on in Indonesia, we'll come back and tell you. But in the meantime, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.